Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Music Boppers. Neil Young praised Taylor and spoke about switching musical genres. In 2011, Swift was touring the world on her Speak Now World Tour in support of her album of the same name. She was a huge star in the country music world who made several crossover pop hits. However, she was also being criticized by a harsh public like most people in her position. In June of that year, music legend Neil Young spoke about Swift at a press conference for the Country Music Hall of Fame. Young said he respected Swift's poise when faced with criticism. "I like Taylor Swift. I like listening to her," Young revealed. "I kind of like watching her respond to all the attacks. I like the ways she's defining herself, so I keep my eye on it." In an interesting addition, Young mentioned how he doesn't like being pigeonholed to one particular musical genre. He said that such a limiting viewpoint would stifle his creativity. "I don't like boundaries. They don't really work. They do for some people. It all started when they started formatting radio and separating things into different little areas that they could talk about, and then restricting who would play what," he observed. Young concluded that he believed such artistic freedom would be returning to the music industry. "That was very counterproductive when they took the decision-making from the individuals and gave it to the corporate heads," he said. "That was destructive to music. But we're coming back." Little did Young know that Swift would eventually switch genres, upset her record label as a result, and end up with the biggest album of her career. Taylor switched musical genres when she made her 1989 album. Prior to her album 1989, Swift had already been delving into pop territory. Even though her brand of country music always incorporated pop elements, she was starting to stray away from country with her album Red in 2012. She scored big hits with the singles We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, 22, and I Knew You Were Trouble. Among her collaborators on Red was pop songwriting genius Max Martin. Swift enlisted him again for 1989, as she told Billboard in 2014. "Max Martin and Carl-Johann Schellback, Schuster, were the last people I collaborated with on Red, and I wished we could have done more and explored more," Swift said. "So going into this album, I knew that I wanted to start with them again," she continued. "Then I thought, wouldn't it be amazing to work with Ryan Tedder? And then I was with Jack Antonoff and Lena Dunham at the beach, and we started talking about our favorite 80s music. All of this started happening organically, and I found myself gravitating toward pop sensibilities, pop hooks, pop production styles." While Swift was happy with the album, not everyone on her team was as enthusiastic. "When I knew the album had hit its stride, I went to Scott Borchetta and said, 'I have to be honest with you. I did not make a country album. I did not make any semblance of a country album,' she said. And of course he went into a state of semi-panic and went through all the stages of grief, the pleading, the denial. Ultimately, Swift stuck to her guns and 1,989 Inches became the most successful album of her career. She would later re-record the album as 1989, Taylor's version, which was released in October 2023. Paul McCartney also said he admires Taylor, and even wrote a song about her. Like Young, Swift also has a fan in former Beatle Paul McCartney. When McCartney released his album Egypt Station, many of his fans were surprised to learn that one of its tracks was inspired by Swift. The song Who Cares is mainly inspired by Swift's personal life and her relationship with her fans. McCartney spoke about Swift and the song's inspiration in a BBC interview. "I was actually thinking about Taylor Swift and her relationship to her young fans, and how it's sort of a sisterly thing," McCartney said. "And I was imagining talking to one of these young fans and saying, 'Have you ever been bullied? Do you get bullied?'" This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them.